Have you ever felt that deeply uncomfortable, gnawing sensation that tells you something is fundamentally wrong with you? Not just that you made a mistake, but that you are a mistake? That feeling is shame. It's a powerful, often secret emotion that can make us feel isolated, unworthy, and profoundly flawed. But what if we told you there's a practical way to hit the reset button on shame? Welcome. Today we're going to explore how to stop shame, offering you a practical reset for emotional freedom. Shame is more than just a passing feeling. It's a profound internal belief. I am bad. This is distinct from guilt, which is about regretting an action. I did something bad. While guilt can motivate us to make amends, shame tells us we are inherently unlovable, pushing us into a cycle of self-criticism, isolation, and sometimes even self-punishment. This toxic shame often takes root from early life experiences or traumatic events, quietly impacting our mental and emotional well-being. It can silently fuel anxiety, depression, addiction, and even affect our physical health by activating our nervous system into defensive states. But there's good news. Shame thrives in secrecy and silence, yet it begins to dissipate in the light of connection and shared vulnerability. Our practical reset today refers to clear, actionable strategies designed to dismantle toxic shame and help you cultivate a stronger, more authentic self. To begin our reset, we first need to understand shame's true nature. Imagine shame as a dark, heavy cloak you wear, convinced no one should ever see what's underneath. It whispers constant criticism, tells you to hide, to shrink, and to avoid intimacy. This feeling is not just emotional, it's physiological. Shame can trigger a shutdown response in your body, leaving you feeling numb or frozen, or it can put you on high alert, hypervigilant for any sign of judgment. One of the most common hurdles in addressing shame is confusing it with guilt. Guilt is uncomfortable, yes, but it allows for growth. If you feel guilty, you can apologize, you can make amends, you can learn from your actions. Shame, however, attacks your very core. It's not about what you did, but who you are. Recognizing this distinction is the first step towards loosening shame's grip. When you find yourself thinking, I am a failure, pause and ask, is this truly about something I did, or is it attacking who I am? The conversation around how to stop shame is gaining significant traction because more and more people are recognizing its pervasive impact on well-being. The concept of a reset resonates deeply in today's world, where our nervous systems are often overtaxed and we're searching for clear paths to emotional freedom. Researchers like Brené Brown, John Bradshaw, and experts in nervous system regulation such as Stephen Porges have illuminated how shame impacts us and, crucially, how we can heal. They offer not just theories, but practical, step-by-step solutions that empower us to shed that heavy cloak. Now, let's dive into the practical reset itself, a collection of actionable strategies that can help you move from shame to self-compassion. This isn't a quick fix, but a journey of gradual, intentional steps. The first step in any reset is awareness and acknowledgement. You cannot heal what you don't acknowledge. This means allowing yourself to experience feelings of shame without immediate judgment. Where do you feel it in your body? Is it a tightness in your chest, a knot in your stomach, heat in your face? Identify your personal triggers. What situations or thoughts typically bring shame bubbling to the surface? Simply noticing these sensations and patterns is a powerful act of self-connection.
Next, cultivate self-compassion and mindful self-talk. Shame often manifests as a harsh inner critic. This voice can be relentless, telling you you're not good enough, you're stupid, you're worthless. Challenge that voice. Would you speak to a dear friend the way you speak to yourself? Replace those self-critical thoughts with kindness. Try simple affirmations, not to deny reality, but to reframe your perspective. Instead of, I am bad, try, I am a human being who sometimes makes mistakes, and I am worthy of kindness. Loving kindness meditation, where you extend good wishes to yourself and others, can be profoundly healing here. One of shame's greatest enemies is vulnerability and connection. Remember, shame thrives in secrecy. When you hide, it grows stronger. When you share your story, even a tiny part of it with a safe, trusted individual, a friend, a family member, or a therapist, its power diminishes. This act of vulnerability fosters co-regulation of your nervous system, literally helping your body feel safer and calmer in the presence of another. Choosing wisely who you share with is key. Look for empathy, not judgment. Accountability and amends is another vital piece of the puzzle. This isn't about wallowing in shame for past actions. It's about taking genuine responsibility for your mistakes, apologizing when necessary, and making efforts to repair any transgressions. The focus here is on actionable change and growth, not on using shame to punish yourself. It's the difference between "I am a bad person for what I did" and "I made a mistake, I regret it, and I will try to do better." To truly reset, we must engage the body. Mindfulness and somatic practices offer powerful tools. Techniques like focused breathing, guided imagery, or even simple rhythmic tapping or humming can help regulate your nervous system. These practices allow you to sit with difficult emotions, observe them, and then gently release the stuck energy that shame can trap within your body. By calming your nervous system, you create an internal sense of safety, which is essential for healing shame. Part of protecting yourself from future shame experiences involves establishing healthy boundaries. If you have a history of enmeshment or abuse, learning to say no to protect your energy and to define your personal space is critical. Clear boundaries communicate your worth and protect you from situations that might otherwise trigger feelings of shame. Finally, don't underestimate the power of creative expression. Engaging in art, writing, music, or dance provides avenues for expressing feelings that are often too difficult or overwhelming to verbalize. These outlets can be incredibly therapeutic, allowing you to process emotions, tell your story, and release shame in a non-judgmental space. The journey of stopping shame is not always linear, and sometimes professional guidance is invaluable. There are many effective therapeutic interventions, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, EMDR, and dialectical behavioral therapy, DBT, that can provide structured support for dismantling shame. These modalities offer tailored strategies to address trauma, reshape negative thought patterns, and build resilience. Organizations like Healing Shame Workshops and Training, and resources that synthesize the work of experts like Stephen A's and Peter Levine are continually developing and refining these approaches. As you embark on this practical reset, be aware that there will be challenges. The inner critic, that powerful voice fueled by shame, will likely try to reassert itself. You may find it difficult to admit and discuss shame, even with yourself, because it's such an uncomfortable emotion. And the paradox of connection will present itself. Shame drives you to hide, but connection is the very antidote you need. These are normal parts of the healing process. Patience and persistence are your allies. The future of shame healing, especially through these practical reset approaches, looks incredibly promising. There's a growing understanding of the mind-body connection in healing, with increasing emphasis on nervous system regulation and holistic well-being. The continuous refinement of therapeutic modalities and the public's growing awareness of shame's impact mean that actionable strategies for dismantling toxic shame are becoming more accessible and integrated into mental health practices. Ultimately, stopping shame is about reclaiming your worth and your authentic self. It's about understanding that you are not broken, you are not bad, you are a human being deserving of love and belonging. This practical reset offers a roadmap through awareness, self-compassion, connection, and mindful practices to step out from under the shadow of shame. Remember, shame dissipates in the light of connection and shared vulnerability. By taking these practical steps, you are not only healing yourself, but also contributing to a more compassionate world. You have the power to reset, to release the burden, and to step into a life of greater emotional freedom. The journey may require courage, but the destination, a life lived authentically, free from the shackles of shame, is profoundly worth it.